and resume rooms. I meant to record this because I want people to see this just in case. Actually, the whole idea of the way I present this is to get these lectures so that you can watch them in your own time frame and when it's comfortable for you. And also people can slow down, speed up, repeat, if like, what did he mean by that? And repeat it. I find students find that very helpful. I do try to make the presentations a little entertaining with you see me while I'm presenting, so that's kind of nice. Did you like what you saw so far? It was just the one video, so you probably you heard the definitions, right?
I love what I saw, but the only issue I have is that I couldn't download to watch at my convenience.
Yes.
I have to have my data on, and it must be perfect, because if the data is not okay, it hangs and so many things. So I don't know that I understand that you are trying to protect intellectual property. I understand, I really appreciate that, but I will be so much happy if I can, that like now I have to stay back at my place of work. I have to stay back to make sure that I attend the meeting without any interruption. But if I can, watch the video, download it, go back home, watch it over and over again, I think it will go a long way for me.
Okay. Yeah, I have to look into it. It's interesting. I have done some long distance thing. I've had people in India and Germany and stuff like that. But this is an interesting case, and I have to see what's involved in turning that on to allow you to download. I think I was being more protective of my property or whatever. But guess what? It's all coming to an end, right, Ty? Your version 5 of the handbook is now available. So my course here, now it's fine for you. You'll be taking the exam when they are into this hybrid exam. So it doesn't matter if what I'm teaching you is enough for you to pass the exam for the rest of the year. So you're good there. So let me go ahead and see if I can go ahead and turn that on for you. And I'll make a note somewhere. Oof.
Sorry, please, I have a question.
Yes, please ask away.
The version 5 is available, but we were able to download version 4, and I was able to get it printed so that it would be easy for me to read. I hope the question will be based on version 4, or is there a major difference between version 4 and version 5?
They will be. So what they'll do in actually I might what they'll do, what they said they're going to do in August, actually this coming August, they're going to make the exam in such a way that if you read version 4 or 5, it doesn't matter, the questions will pertain. So it's a lot of overlap between the two. Okay, where did I put my other? I must have put it behind me. But there's an overlap between the two. As a matter of fact, the 31 processes that I'm teaching you are in here. They're the same. Okay, so all they did was reorganize it slightly, and they changed the inputs and outputs slightly. Okay, so it's not enough to prevent you from passing the exam. So good question.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem. And remember, we're going to finish this, like I'm giving you a week to get each module done. And here, let me show you this because you're watching this. Each module, you do it for a week. So you may want to go ahead and start planning on when you're going to take the exam. So hopefully it'll be in, I believe at the end of August will be done. So if you do something near the end of August or the beginning of September, that'd be good. All right. All right. Anybody else? Let me do the names. easy with Martin. Do you have any questions? Or I would like to know what you thought of the lectures so far. That'd be.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, and
Yes.
good evening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
Okay, I'm also done with the first video. I've started the second one.
Okay.
And even I'm reading also the handbook.
Okay,
in
good.
that separate way.
Yes.
So I attempted the first question.
The quiz, yes.
Several times, yeah, the quiz.
Okay.
You know, there's the one that you say you do before reading.
Yeah.
Before the class, next class, yeah.
Yeah.
So I started getting 2.8. I moved to 3. I moved to 6. So if I do again, I'll get maybe 10.
That's good.
Because it is as many as we can do it. So I'm happy with that, actually. So I'm going on well. I appreciate, and I think it is a good course to do. And the book is very interesting. The handbook, if you read, it's very interesting. You get a lot of things. Yeah,
Some people think it's dry, but
it is very interesting, actually.
Good. No, that's good. And you'll notice that I'm kind of teaching it inside out. So I'm getting you, well, eventually you'll see that. So the first 3 chapters, I'm just going right in for you. And that's what you kind of discovered today through these lectures for this week.
Yeah, I'll agree with the first person who talked. I think if we get the downloads of these videos, it will be okay for us to watch when we are at least retiring from the job. I'll also agree with him, That's a good suggestion. Yeah.
So you would like to get them downloaded as well, so you can watch them at home?
Or if it is very hard to download, you can share with us the downloadable another.
Yeah, I
will not share with anyone so that we keep your content actually.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely I'll probably email the team and let the students and let them know that that'll be something I'll make available for you guys, especially this next week coming up. Thanks, Martin. All right, and no questions, right? So far, you're still trying to get through the rest of the lectures, right?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm moving on. I have no question.
Yeah, and it takes time, I understand, but that's fine. That's the whole idea of, and once you'll be able to download the lectures, you can watch them at your convenience. So we'll definitely do that. All right. Let's get Olive Woofing, Mr. George. Olive Prump. I'm so bad with you guys' names. I'm so sorry. How you doing?
Oh, good afternoon.
Good morning for me.
Good morning and good evening, everyone. So I'm in the process of studying the material. So the week has been very, very busy, and I had fever, so I've not been able to properly go through the material and what it is. But now I'm doing that.
Well, you were kind of in and out. It was hard to hear you, but it sounded like you're in the same situation. You're trying to get into the videos, and you haven't gotten through them all. I wonder if
yes.
Okay, all right. No, that's good. At least you're trying, and that's okay. I mean, they're there for you to watch at your convenience. So I know you guys get busy at time, and it's summer, but we'll get you through this. That's for sure. How about you, Robert? I noticed you've been coming in and out, so I can see you. There you are.
Good afternoon.
Evening, morning.
Oh yeah, evening someplace. Yeah, it's evening. Yeah, I am grateful I've been able to go through the book.
Oh, good.
Been able to access the video. So I will be trying to do the exercises.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the exercise, just to remind you, the exercises or the quizzes are they're based on the reading material. So whatever you read, so I give you that reading, right? When you go into the thing, I tell you what to read, right? Here, let me pull
Yes.
this up over here. When you go to the modules, and remember there's 2 modules per week, right? So the reading assignments right here, when you take the quizzes, they'll be based on that information. So if you read that material, take the quizzes, it should be fresh that way. So
Thank you.
oh, no problem, Robert. And also keep in mind that you can retake the quiz as many times as you want, though it'll be a new quiz. So it pulls on like 516 questions. So, all right. Good to have you here, Larry. Or good to have you. All right. Comfort George, Martin, Shola. How are you doing, Shola? We'll get to John after this. I don't know if you can unmute or show yourself, Shola, if you're there. Hey, there you go.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. If you could.
Good morning.
Yes, morning. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I'm just getting the material, quite all right. And then I'm in the process of going through the material and possibly to watch the video tonight so that I will be able to go along with you. I noticed that since I've been trying to download the material, it seems there are some members on it, but since I'm hearing from people now that have downloaded, it will be an opportunity for me.
Yeah, that'll work better for you. Okay. You're right. I think when we do the modules, when I go to the videos, you're right. The videos here, there's no download function. So you're right. And normally I assume people are on a Wi-Fi connection. So that's, I'll make a change on that. So as soon as we're done here, so that'll be good. And no questions. You're good so far. All right. John, how are you doing? You're the last one. If you have any, how's it going? And do you have any questions so far?
Okay, thank you very much for your time and for all the effort.
Oh, no
I
problem.
think I find the material very, very interesting, and the videos are structured in such a way that they are very easy to follow. So,
oh, good.
What is left for me now is to take the quiz. I've been very busy with conducting my students' exams, but I'm going to do that this weekend.
Oh, okay, good. Keep in mind, I mean, that's why one thing, I don't know if I mentioned it the last time, but the exam, when you take the exam, you either get all the questions or you don't get them. In other words, you get 3 answers out of 5, right? If you miss one, the entire question is off. Okay. Unfortunately, Canvas, which I use as my way to give you quizzes, they give you partial credit. So you may think you're doing better than you are. So it's best that there are only 10 questions, but when you're done, you can pull up the, did you get all the answers? And it'll let you know if you're good. If you may have, like, out of 10 questions, you may get 50%, and you're saying, oh, I got, not necessarily, you may have missed them all, and you were able to get 1 or 2 of the right answers. So do make sure you look at your answers and see if you missed any and stuff. By the way, great way to when you look at the quizzes and the answers, you can study that too, because I show you where in the handbook the answers came from. So that way you can say, oh, it's from there, and you can see the wording and all that. So I think you'll find that very helpful. All right. Well, that went a lot smoother than I thought. Any other questions? I don't want to rush this at all. But if everybody's satisfied, we can finish this up. But I'll go ahead and get into Venmo, which is where I put all my things, and see if there's a ability to turn on the download function so that you guys can download. And when I'm done with that, I'll send you all an email appropriately. Okay. You guys can give me a thumbs up with the little reaction. You know, I probably should insist that you all show your video so I can know if you're awake or not. We can do that. Okay, I got one. Okay, thank you, Shola. Appreciate it. Is everybody good to go? I don't want to hold you any longer than we need to if there's no questions per se. Okay.
Paul, can I just make a quick comment before we wrap up? So for the members of University of Lagos and the University of Nairobi, again, thank you for coming. Again, the structure of this course is completely asynchronous. So if your fellow instructors, for whatever reason, weren't able to attend these in-person pieces of it, this is just merely meant for discussion. Like, I have a question about this content, or I'm having trouble accessing videos, as many of you have mentioned.
Right.
This is the perfect forum to address it so that everyone can access the content and view and practice. And at the end of all of this, what I will do is I will coordinate with everyone to be able to say, so when do you want to take the exam? Because we're going to be covering the exam as well, the fee for the exam, so that you can actually take it for real when you're ready. And we felt that this would help you. And
the exam is done via computer. You need to have a good internet connection and stuff to make it work and all. So that's very important. I also want to remind you, we do have a discussion forum in Canvas. And I have up here, any questions about the material for me, you just go in here and just add reply, right? I'm wondering about definition, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And that way I can see that and I can answer it. And then students will be able to go in and see what's already there and see if they have the same question or something like that. And then of course the material itself, if you feel something's off, you can give me feedback. Now, to be fair, I'm really good at this. I mean, the teaching I do. So I do find I get very few questions. I do get one person now and then that asks me like these real obscure things within the handbook. I don't mind answering those. But please, any questions at all, and or you want clarification, that's what the discussion board and these review sessions are about as well. Okay. All right. So with that, unless there's any other questions, you can go back to your dinner unless you already had it, or go to bed. I'm going to go get lunch. That's me. But really appreciate you guys coming out. I'm glad you're enjoying the lectures. Hope you have time to be able to see them and keep up with it. One nice thing about this cohort is it kind of forcing the issue, especially that we want to try to get you all in the exam at the same time period. So you do need to kind of finish the course so you can be prepared for that. By the way, I am not going to take you off the course when we're done. This is asynchronous. If you want to do the exam much later or something, and you may have to pay for it yourself or whatever, more than willing to allow you to do that. And you'll have access to this course as long as you need it until you pass the exam. Okay. So, all right. Sounds good. Okay. Thank you, Ty, for coming in and letting us know how it's going. Okay.
Thank you, Paul.
All right,
Thank
guys.
everybody's attendance today.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. And I can stay here if you guys have other questions, but you can leave now. So we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Really glad you guys were able to make it. No. All right, bye all.